What's up, everybody? Spare with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Space Engineers. Quick update. The game has actually been updated. I believe it's at 1.0006.0009 or something like that. I know there's a 600 and a 900 or something. They'd made some fairly significant changes. Some are good, some have driven me crazy. One of the main ones is they've added an inventory system. If you press the K button, I guess I can pull up the screen here. If you pull up the K button, you can see the inventory of your player character, and if you were interacting with a object that had an inventory... Oh, and this is the other thing. Sorry. I moved. They've changed the jetpack mechanics a lot, and it's kind of difficult now because there's a lot more float to it. Like, you can get going faster really quick instead of it really building up if you're looking at the speeds on the bottom left there. And it can get to where you fly into things that you don't mean to, because you can get going pretty fast. The other thing is if you hit the Z key, there is now dampeners for the astronaut themselves. And so when you fly like this, if I let go, my character's still flying in that way, and then when you turn dampeners on, they'll autocorrect. So they've implemented that on the ships a little bit ago, but this is the first time it's on the person. So if you were to walk up to, like, say, this thing and interact, you can see I'm interacting with the small reactor. It has 9.73 uranium. I guess that's a lot. Maybe not. I don't know. And so you can drag and drop things, well, that's... Hang on, let me grab a storage crate. I think this is a storage crate. Oh no, that's an assembler. Crate. Isn't there a crate? What are you? Refinery. I guess there's no crate. Let me grab one real quick so that I can show you. Where's a small cargo crate? What's this thing? Oh, conveyor. So if you were to place one of these guys down, hit K, there's ice, okay, and you could drag this over and it would pull out of your character's inventory and into the container's inventory, or you can destroy them. Now, it is important to note that these don't do anything yet. You still can't equip an assault rifle and have it do something. So I had one, so that's kind of the big update, is inventory and, whoa, different jetpack mechanics. It's kind of the big things of the update, along with some minor bug fixing. And oh, the other big thing is that they've expanded how the memory is used to where it's increased, or I should say it decreased the memory use of things by 50%, meaning you can build twice as big of objects or stations or whatever before it would put the same amount of load on your machine that it was already doing. So I could take some of the builds where, like the Millennium Falcon, for example, I'm sure some of you noticed that there was a frame rate drop in some of the areas where there were a lot of blocks and such. That probably wouldn't be as big of a frame rate drop now because they've improved the performance. So that's another big thing. I had a plan for this episode. I thought it was very crafty, pun intended. I was going to build a Minecraft sword and fly it, which sounded like a good idea at the time until I realized that the Minecraft swords are built at an angle. So if you try to put a thruster on them, it puts these weird angles on it, and if you press W, it would just go that way. You know, like, I couldn't figure out... If any of you can figure out a good way to make it flyable, that'd be awesome. But I did it one-to-one, like the creeper and the pig. You know, it's within the texture pack, followed just pixel per pixel type of thing, and I colored it as best I could with the colors available, but then I kind of realized that it was... yeah, the angle was off. So I decided I wasn't going to do that again. If somebody can come up with a way to attach thrusters and make them work, I might revisit this. Because the shape's fairly easy to do. I was just going to make it like 4 thick so you could hide the thrusters and then put a little cockpit on top type of thing. But even that, if you select the cockpit, see how it's like at an angle? You'd end up flying it sideways and it would be odd. So I opted not to do that. But what I decided to do instead, this should be coming out on Friday, November 15th, which, for those of you gamers out there, probably know that it's the launch date of the PlayStation 4. I'm super excited about it. I'm going to be playing Scratch that! Black Flag. Oh, I thought I turned auto-saving off. Crap. Ah, that gave it away. Boom. Flyable Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag symbol. I thought that would be cool. Hadn't really thought about it before and just kind of came to me, so we're gonna do it. This isn't entirely a tutorial because I'm still kind of not sure how I did this. I know, but I don't, if that makes sense. So I think the easiest way to do this is going to be to build off of this one that's already established, essentially. And in that way, I can kind of follow the build. Come on. Oh! That's not the biggest thing. Gosh, I completely forgot. This is the big news. One of the big news. What do they call it? I forget the name, but they implemented a brand new feature to the game, which lets you mirror building, is what I call it. But I don't remember what the actual name is. So, for example, let's... What does this go out to? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's add 4 blocks here. So that's our base shape. Now, what you need to do is I need to put one on this side and come down... What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I need to do 6, but I don't really feel like doing both sides, now do I? So I click the N button. What is this? No one knows. Is that a mirror? So basically, when I grab this and I go out 6, boom, it does it on both sides. So basically, when I was building this, I built one side, and then it builds the rest on the other side. It's freaking amazing. Actually, you know what we're going to do to save some time is get rid of this and switch over to white. Because I'm pretty sure the symbol is white. 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. And then 6. Boom. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the symbol's white. I couldn't remember if the skull was white or not, but I thought all white would look kind of bland, so I decided to go like black skull and white assassin symbol. I thought that'd be cool. It is white, because it's on a black flag, and then it's white. Yeah. You can color it however you want. That's up to you. So, the first thing I did was I followed a pixel art picture. This is not exactly my design, really. It's my design in Space Engineers, but as far as the dimensions and everything, I've only made some minor adjustments, but I got this off of Google. Found a pixel art version of the assassin logo. I did the skull, that's added, but the picture that I had was just the AC symbol. So I kind of followed the pixel art shape and then pretty much just went through and added the curve blocks that aren't available in pixel art. So you do this shape, you do 5 and then 6, and then you come off this guy right here and you go 4, I think? Does that look right? That doesn't look right. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I get that wrong? That's why I said this isn't really a tutorial, because I built this kind of in a rush to see if it would look right, and then I didn't really take proper notes on how I built it. So... yeah. So 6, okay. So that's 6, and then we drop 5 here, which is 2 down. So skip 2, and then go 5, I think. Yeah. And then it looks like we're skipping 2 down again, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. I think this is right. Skip 2, 6. Is this looking right? It's looking right. Right? Right. Okay. So, next step. And I don't know how many... I'm going to try and keep this to a 1 part, but I'm not sure if it will cooperate or not. So, we're here... Wait a minute. Skip 2... Is that right? Dang it, man. Okay, yeah, that's right. Alright, I'm gonna pause it. I gotta fix that. It drives me nuts. Can't stand it. Alright, I'll be back in a second. Alright, sorry about that. That was just driving me crazy. Okay, so... Which row are we on now? We're on this guy, I think. So we're gonna skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So skip 3 on the 4th one, right? 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4th go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's right. I'll double check. Yep. As long as my eyeballs are lining up with what I'm thinking, it works out fine. Okay, so this was the skip 1, 2, 3. Okay, so then skip 2 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 2. And 6. This shape is honestly one of the hardest parts to do on this entire build. 2, 3. So skip 3, and on the 4th one go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. So 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th go 6 again. Boom. You can see how this mirror building thing, though, is amazing. And what you can do, I didn't really explain this very well, is when you have it highlighted, you can hit the M key, and now you can select where you want the center point. So if I clicked it over here, it would start building on both sides of this guy. And then if you hit M again, it goes to another axis, so it would go up and down when I built on this block. And then that's... Oh, and the other is odd and even. If you hit... Here, let me bring it this way. See how it's in the center? This is the odd building, so it'll build on both sides. If you click it like this, it'll make sure it's like 2x2 or 4x4, like it makes it all even when you mirror. So you click M, and it defaults to the odd on an axis, M again is the even, and then it switches to the next axis. And you click N to activate it and deactivate it. So, but yeah, it's a sweet little feature that makes it very easy to build these bigger ship designs, because you only have to do the one side and it keeps everything all even, which is very cool. Me likey. Okay, so that's that. Now we go down 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 1, and go 1, 2, 3. Skip 3 on the 4th one, then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 again. It's a popular pattern. 2, 3, and then on the 4th, go 6. Come on. Right? Right. Now, we go for... Let's see. 1, 2, 3 is skip downs. So 1, 2, and 3. And then at that point, we want to go out one more, and then go down, and go 1, 2, 3, 4 from there. So, wait, is that right? That seems like it's too many. Oops, 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 oops. Come on, don't be like that. Okay. So I need to be here. Does this line up? Yes, it does. Okay. Good to know. So you actually need to go from this point, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over. I miscounted. And on this guy, see how far you fly away when you pop the jetpack? It's really kind of hard to get used to. I'm still trying to figure it out. So on these last two, go ahead and put 2 more like that. And that kind of finishes that side, and then we go from there, we'll go 1 like this, go over, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it should be 6 from here. Up 1, add a point, and add a... wait. That seems wrong. No, 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 no. No, no, no. We add a point there. So it should look like that. And now we'll skip 1 down diagonally. Go 2 over. Or add 2 more, I guess, to that side. And then kind of stair step it down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, oopsie daisy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come on, 6. There we go. So this should line up with this, which it does. Very nice. Come on. Now take that 2 more over. Okay. Now we kind of have to bring this back up. Where does this meet up? I think it's right here. Yeah. Okay, so right there is basically the point where it stops being just every other block and actually bevels this shape back out. So at this point, then we go up and over 1 and basically just bring it back in. So, wait a minute. What's that point? So it's from this point? Dang it. I do hate building on space or around space stations. It's kind of a pain. So bring that up like so. And this should line up with this guy. Yep. Wait a minute. Is that right? Yeah. Skip 1. Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure it lined up in the right spot. Okay. And now, this point, where are you at? Okay, so we need to go 1 over and fill that in. Oops. Here, let's just bring this up from there, and then we'll bring that back down. So if you left off from here, you could just go 1, or skip 1 and then go down. Or skip 2, I guess, and start there and just drag it back in. And then I think, where's this line up to? It's there. Okay, so that's basically that shape then. We don't need to do anything else to that. That'll stay as it is for now until we add the little angles, but you'll notice that it's also complete over here. It's awesome. I love that feature. It saves so much time. I could have used it when I was doing that Millennium Falcon project, but it is a little uneven as far as it was different on both sides, so that makes it a bit tricky. So the next part, what we're going to do here is, now in the actual Assassin's Creed symbol logo thing, this point is not there, and these 2 points are not here. It would end here, you'd get this little hook thing at the bottom, and then the skull floating in the center. But since Space Engineers, they all have to be connected or the ship won't fly, I had to add these 3 little attachment pieces. Now, in actuality... No, I still need those. I was going to say I could remove these now that this is connected, but then nothing would connect this part to this. So there's technically 3 pieces to the ship. So yeah, you have to have these here, which is kind of annoying, but it's flyable, so it works out. So 1, 2, and now we're into this shape, which is going to be 1, 2, 3... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 away. Let's start with that. So go 4 away. And now you can basically just run these guys into each other. We're going to shorten this guy here, because we don't really need him anymore. So with that whole mirror thing, just go ahead and run them into each other. Now from here, we can use this guy as a lining to go, I believe it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5. It's 5 total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, alright. And then add 2 on each side. And, wait a minute. Was I not supposed to do that? Oh, okay. It's, you go 1, 2, and on the third you add 2 on each side. So 1, 2, 3, there we go. Because this was actually the first one, and then this is what connects the skull. I forgot about that. And from there, you're gonna do, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this... What's not lining up here? Why are they there? I'm confused. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-huh. Well, that makes sense. Whatever. Okay. So skip 1. Okay. Sure. This is supposed to be 5, I think. Yeah. So I guess the 2 points are actually here. My bad. Now, go off of this block, come down 1, and basically run them into each other again. So you just add a little notch there. And now from these guys, you're basically going to walk up. So go up 1 and then go 2 over, or 3 total if you're dragging. So from here, just go 3 over, and then 2 over, and then 1. Now the trick with this is the first time I actually did this, you have to go up here and do 2 over. This freaking block. And then up 1 like this. These will eventually get removed and replaced with these corners, but we're not going to do that at the moment. The last step to the basic shape is going to be the skull here. And this took a little doing on my part. It was not that simple to figure out at first. Once I got it, it was pretty easy. So we're gonna add 2 and then go out, what is it, 1, 2 more from that in the mirror mode. And this is not exact. Don't take it as exact. This was kind of like the Millennium Falcon. It was me looking at a picture and I built it accordingly. Why are you off? Oh, that's why. So fill that in. There we go. That's better. Oops. Broke a block. You're not supposed to see that. So now add one here and go out by 2 more. Go up 1, over 1. Should be right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So add 4 here. Yeah. And then basically stair step up 1, 2, and 3. One, 2, 3. And there should be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the center. So that's the basic shape, pretty much. And then going from this guy on over, we can fill this in. Like so. And then this leaves us, we can go add 1 more onto this. And fill this part in. Let's see, that's a curve. Okay. And then essentially the way you could do this isn't how I did it, but is go from these and just move 1 over and bring it down to the edge. And then that's pretty much the skull minus the curves, which we're going to do next as kind of a final part to, I guess, this episode. I was going to try and do it all in one, but it looks like it's not going to let me. Too long. It's just too much to do. So you can hook these guys to the side like this, and for the most part, other than this right here, I pretty much just grabbed every edge. Now this is what we were talking about before. When you flip these guys around like this, it's going to hold them in place, which allows you to go back and change... What did I just break? I just broke something. I know I did. Oh, was the face down there. I see it. You can break this corner and remove this guy again, like I mentioned before, and trim it down by 1, and that way it's actually accurate to what the pixel art thing is supposed to be, type of deal. And then kind of put these guys here. It gives you the nice little curve. Now, if you switch over to black, you can quickly finish the skull shape by adding 2 points here and 2 points there and there. Again, this isn't not entirely necessary, but this, I like this look of the skull over other ways of doing it. Back to white, and then you can pretty much just follow the lines, and with the mirror mode on, it's pretty quick to fill all this in. Just kind of grab the edges, and you can leave that one open, I believe. Flip it this way. Let's go 1, 2 here, 1 here, here, here. Pretty much all of the edges is basically what you're going for. Go ahead and put it there while it's turned that way, and put 1 there, 1 there, and like that. And then you just follow along the outer edge. Like, come on. And last one should be right here. Like so. So that's the basic shape of it. Wow, I'm flying very far away. Did not mean to do that. I really didn't want to make this a two-part episode, but I think I might have to. Just because I could try and cram in how to do all the thrusters and everything, but it... Alright, I'm going to pause, and I'm just going to set up the thrusters, and then give you kind of an overview look of it, because I really don't want to do a second part to this. I wanted it to be one episode, so I'll be back in just a second. Alright, so here it is with its thrusters and everything. Let me give you the rundown real quick, and then I'll do a speed up of filling in the actual body. For the most part, the basics of this go cram any thrusters in any place you can. It's basically the idea. So I did horizontals here. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had to scale it back a little going the other way. There's 2 rows of the flat horizontal face thrusters. And I alternated them back and forth because there were more forward thrusting and less backwards. I put a couple extras here on, excuse me, both sides to kind of compensate. There's left and right on the respective sides of left and right. The up and downs were a little tricky because down needs to attach to something, so you'll see these little points here. So there's an upward facing one on this block, a downward here, upward here, downward here, etc. These points I found for upward ones, but there was no place to put on both sides without showing them. In a few of the 1x areas where the blocks were going to cover up all the sides, and thrusters are too long, so you couldn't put them there, but I could put power cells. So I put some power cells in these little crevices. I'm going to do like this, if I can ever get control of... Ooh, that's a creepy shadow. If I can ever get control of this new flight mechanic, I'm going to kind of just hover like this for a second and let you guys, if you need to pause it, you can see which ones are where. Okay, I did put, and again, the power cells are too tall, and so are the thrusters, so the total ship is 4 tall. Base, thrusters, and power, and then another layer to cover them up. There are 8 gyros in this cluster right here, 2x2, and then 2 more here, and I'll put 2 more in when I fill up the rest of the border. And I actually messed this up because this should have been black to save some time. Everything else can be white. Again, I think the actual symbol is white. I just wanted to do that for aesthetics to make it kind of stand out. So at this point, since we're really kind of going over what I wanted to go over, we're going to do a speed up, and then I'll do some finishing touches in a second. I think that is about all of the cosmetic stuff. I think everything's covered up now, except for this section right here that I missed. So let's fix this. Still got mirror mode on, so it should fix both sides. There we are. We can turn that off now. So yeah, you can see the skull and shape and everything. Now the last part, this isn't functional at the moment. Actually, we'll turn this back on. But I mean, what kind of assassin ship would it be without some weapons, right? So we'll flip this around, and I just put some Gatling guns on the edge here. Come down. There we go. Remove that. Now, the other thing that I did is, it turns out the cockpit fits very nicely right here. It's even and symmetrical, other than it's a little elevated, but now the last part is landing gears. So what I did, there really wasn't a huge rhyme or reason to this. I just grabbed the middle bar here, went into, and with the mirror mode on it, put 2 down there, and then I just put 2 back here-ish. I think it was like right there. And then I put... did I put 1? I put 1 on the front. Right about there. And I think we can... oops. I think we can cut ties with the other ship now. It is detached. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And now this is a ship that you probably wouldn't want to fly first person for, well, obvious reasons. Now, for some reason, it's a lot more sluggish turning than that one that I built down there, and I don't know why. Oops. Because that one that I built that's on the docks there was actually pretty responsive. So maybe I missed a few gyros here and there. You might want to replace... You know what it is, actually, is that the other one is over on power. And so the extra mass of the few power ones that I put in there is probably making it less responsive. Here, let's undock this guy. See, when I use thrusters, it's more power usage, but it turns a little bit better. So I think there was just a little bit, can't talk tonight, a little bit less weight in this one. So you can play around with that as you're building it, any just crevices and holes. You might have noticed in the speed up thing I found a few holes, so I plugged an extra thruster and a few extra gyros and power cells and stuff like that in there. But so yeah, I think that'll about wrap it up for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!